So good morning to everyone. So in the previous lecture, we determined the bending stress for various cross sectionals as well as subjected to various types of the loads. In the third unit, we have to cover two different concepts. First one is the calculation of the bending stress, and the second one is the calculation of the shear stress at any section. So in the first concept, we have to find out the bending stress due to various loads. So, in which we must familiar how to calculate the centroid and moment of inertia and formulation of bending moment equation. Here, so we neglecting the shear force, but in practical there is a shear force. In design concern, we have to consider the shear force whenever certain amount of the shear force induced in a beam which results the shear stress. So that's why we have to determine the shear stress at a section. For that, let us consider a uniformly distributed, let us consider a simply supported beam. This is a simply supported beam. It is supported at end A as well as end B, for example. So, a simply supported beam is subjected to a uniformly distributed load throughout the or over a length L as shown in figure. For example, this is the total length of the beam. So, what we are going to do, a simply supported beam carrying uniformly distributed load as shown in figure. For a uniformly distributed load, the shear force and the bending moment will vary. So the shear force and the bending moment will vary along the length of the beam, as we know that. So for example, that let us consider section AB. Say this is the AB and this is CD. This is CD. Say figure 1. So of length, say this is dx. It means let us consider a part of the simply supported beam subjected to a uniformly distributed load over a length of sections AB and CD apart as shown in figure. So just I would like to consider this portion. This is section AB and CD apart. It will be represented. So in large view, say this is the beam, am I right? So this is the cross section. So a part, say simply this is AB, section AB. This is section CD. So what about? So let us consider an axis which is passing through the centroid of the section called as a neutral axis. This is labeled as neutral axis, right? What about the length of the a part in a beam, that is dx, as we know that. So what about the moment at the section AB? For example, this is the moment at section AB is m. What about the moment at section CD at a distance? Say this is the section at a distance xx, for example. This is the section at a distance xx from the left hand side. So what about the moment at a distance x plus dx or at a section CD, that is m plus dm. This is the here. So for that, what about the shear force? Let at the section AB, let at the section AB. What about the shear force? Let us assume F is equal to shear force. So M is equal to bending moment and at the section CD. The section CD. So definitely, what about the shear force? Definitely, the shear force at the CD is F plus dF. So here, let us assume F plus dF is equal to shear force, and M plus dM is the bending moment. Bending moment. And then where I is the moment of inertia about neutral axis. So what we did, simply for determining the shear stress at a section AB or CD or at anywhere along the length of the beam, let us consider a part of a simply supported beam carrying uniformly distributed load. As we know that, so the shear force and bending moment vary along the length of the beam. For that, I would like to consider a part of the beam of length delta x or dx. So we know the moment at section AB, which is at a distance x from a left hand, is m, and the bending moment at the section CD at a distance x plus dx is m plus dm, and the shear force at section AB is F and the bending moment M, as well as the F plus dF and the M plus dM be the shear force and bending moment at the section CD. M is the moment of inertia. So now consider an elementary strip at a distance y from the neutral axis. So we know the neutral axis. What we have to take? Simply let us consider a, so this is the a rectangular portion, am I right, of base B. So we know the neutral axis, it is represented by NA. This is the neutral axis. Then I would like to consider a strip. Let us consider a strip as shown in hatching portion, a strip at a distance y from the neutral axis. Then, so let us assume there is a stress induced at a particular layer at a distance y from the neutral axis at the section AB. Say this is the section AB, for example, is sigma. Similarly, there is a stress at the section CD, for example, so as shown in figure, definitely it is sigma plus d sigma as shown in figure. So what we did, I think that this is the an area for a rectangular strip. So simply where dA is the elemental area, dA is equal to, so dA is the area and dx is the, this is the area of the strip. So dx is the length. So finally, as just assume sigma is the stress intensity of stress at AB, and sigma plus d sigma is the intensity of stress at CD. As we know that, what we have to do, just we have to calculate the shear stress. This is the bending stress simply assumed as. So we know that, what we know? We know that M by I is equal to stress by Y is equal to E by R. This is derived so earlierly. From this equation, so M by I is equal to sigma by Y, that implies, so stress is equal to M by I into Y. This is the stress at a section AB. So this is the stress at section AB, for example. Similarly, what about the stress? So stress at the section CD. Simply just by using this, what about the stress? We know that stress at the CD is sigma plus d sigma is equal to sigma plus. So what about the moment at the section CD, that is m plus dm, so divided by I into what about that y. So this is as, this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. This is the stress. Now we have to calculate the force. What about the force at the section AB, and what about the force at section CD? What about the net force, net unbalanced force? So what we have to do, very simple. So just we have to calculate the net shear force, or the net resistance offered by the particular portion, that is to be calculated. For that, what we did, we know the stress at the section AB as well as section CD. So therefore, force on the end of elemental strip, force on the end of elemental strip at the section AB. Just we have to calculate. I think that we know the stress at the section AB. So from the equation, so what is the stress? Stress is equal to force by area. So we know the stress, therefore force is equal to stress into area. Therefore simply, what about the force at section AB is equal to stress into area, stress into area. So this is the very important one. Similarly, you can find out the force at the section CD, and finally find out the net force at the section, at any section. So in this, what we did, simply we consider a part of a simply supported beam subjected to a uniformly distributed load over entire length. Here we have taken a part of the uniformly distributed load, a part of the simply supported beam dx, so length dx, and we consider section AB as well as CD at a distance x and dx plus dx respectively, its moments m and m plus dm, and the shear force becomes F and F plus df. We know that the moment of inertia of the cross section about the neutral axis is I. And then what about the stress? So at the section A, CAB is sigma, and stress at the section CD is sigma plus delta sigma. And then we have to find out the force at the section AB as well as the force at the CD. This is a very important term. It is to be calculated. So at which point the force, that is the, so therefore force at section AB is, so stress into area. What about the area here? That is dA. So from the equation, stress is known, that is equal to, what about the m by I into y into dA? Say equation number, the example, that is 4. Then force at section CD is simply, that is, what about that? That is equal to m plus dm divided by I into y into dA. Say equation number 5. So we know the force at section AB and the force at the section CD. What about the net unbalanced force on elemental strip? Therefore, net unbalanced net unbalanced force on strip. So what about that? Simply we know the force at a distance x plus dx and force at the section AB, that is at a distance x. That means subtract equation number 4 from 5. That means 5 minus 4. So therefore m plus dm by I into y into dA minus m by I into y into dA. So simply expand it. What about that value? So m by I into y into dA plus dm by I into y into dA minus m by I into y into dA. Simply cancel out the m by I into y into dA and dA. Finally, net force is dm by I into y into dA. This is for the elemental strips as equation number 6. So, as we know that the total unbalanced force is obtained by integrating the equation number 6. This is the unbalanced force for elemental strip. But I would like to find out the total unbalanced force. Therefore, total unbalanced force is obtained by integrating equation number 6. So therefore integral, so dm by I into y into dA, so that is equal to where dm by I is the constant, y into dA. So as we know that y bar into a is equal to integral y into dA. We know that this is the moment of a total array about the x-axis is equal to algebraic summation of individual elements about the same axis. As we know that simply integral y into dA is replaced by y bar into dA, that is equal to dm by I into so y bar into a. So this is equation number, say as for that 7. This is equation number 7. So this is the total unbalanced force. Keep it in mind. This is the total unbalanced force. This equation is very important one. As we know that the shear resistance or shear force at the level EF is equal to total unbalanced force. For that, let us consider this is a beam. Am I right? This is the beam at section AB. Am I right? And section CD. As we know that this is the neutral axis NA. Let us consider a layer at a distance. This is the layer EF at a distance y from the neutral axis, as we know that. Am I right? So shear resistance at the level EF, the shear resistance at the or shear force at the level EF is equal to total unbalanced force. This is key point. So therefore shear resistance or shear force at the level EF is equal to total unbalanced force. So total unbalanced force. This is a very important statement. What? So this is the total unbalanced force in a particular portion at any section, or the simply say as that is equal to, so total unbalanced force. Now let us see the shear stress. Let us assume tau is equal to shear stress. So as we know that, let us assume this is a length or a width of the beam. What about the area? So area on which shear stress is acting, that is equal to B into dx. I think that we know the shear stress and the shear area. So therefore shear force is equal to shear stress into shear area, that is equal to tau into, what about the shear area? B into dx. So this is equation number 8. As per the statement, simply equating the equation number 7 and 8. It is very, very important. Equating the 7 and 8. As per the statement, equating equation number 7 and 8. So therefore shear stress tau into shear force, that is B into dx, is equal to, so dm by I into y bar into A. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the shear stress. Our aim is the calculation of the shear stress. The shear stress is represented as tau. So for that, therefore tau is equal to dm by I into y bar into A whole divided by B into dx. This can be rewritten in another way also, that is equal to dm by dx into, so y bar by A into I into B. So as we know that dm by dx is the shear force. It means, so F is equal to dm by dx, where F is the shear force. This can be represented as tau is equal to F into, so y bar into A divided by I into B. So this is the formula for determination of the shear stress at any section. Here we have to remember one thing, where area should be considered at a particular portion, which it may be a distance from the neutral axis. This is one more important point. So today we covered one thing, that is the determination of the shear stress. For that, what we did, simply we considered a part of a simply supported beam carrying uniformly distributed load. We know that. So at a section AB as well as the CD, there is a moment M and M plus dm. Similarly, stresses at the section AB and CD is sigma plus and sigma plus d sigma, and then the shear force F plus df. We know that. Then just we have to find out the total unbalanced force. So that is represented by equation number 7. And then let us consider a portion in which, what about the shear stress is represented as tau, which is acting on a particular area, that is B into dx. This is the shear area. As we know that, or as per the statement, the shear resistance is equal to total unbalanced force. It means simply equating the equation number 7 and 8. From that, finally we obtain the shear stress tau is equal to, so F into y bar into A by I into B, where tau is the shear stress, F is the shear force, where y bar is the centroidal distance to the area from the neutral axis, keep it in mind, and where I is the moment of inertia of the entire cross section about its neutral axis, B is the width of a particular section. So let us see one typical problem. A wooden beam 100 mm wide and 150 mm deep is simply supported over a span of 4 meters. If shear force at a section of the beam is 4500 newtons, find the shear stress at a distance of 25 mm above the neutral axis. So this is the key point in this problem. So for that, let us plot the graph. Say this is a beam, simply supported beam. What about the dimensions of this one? So the width is 100 mm. Simply the width is represented in this case is B, which is equal to 100 mm, and the depth of the beam is, as we know that, which is equal to, what about the depth, 150 mm represented by, so as D, that is equal to 150 mm. So what about the shear force? Here let us assume this is the neutral axis. This is the neutral axis. What about that? We have to find out the shear stress at a distance of 25 mm above the neutral axis. So just we have to find out the shear force at a distance of 25 mm. Let us say this is the y. So this is the portion. This is only the key point. So I would like to find out the shear stress at a distance of 25 mm from the neutral axis. Definitely this value is 150 divided by 2. It would be simply 75 minus 25, that is equal to 50. So as we know that, we know the equation stress tau is equal to shear force F into, so what about the next value, F into A into y bar by I into B. I think that we know the F value, so we have to calculate the A value and y bar value, I value, it means B is given. So here one thing is to remember, what about the area capital A? So just we have to consider the area of the hatching portion only. Keep it in mind, this is very important point, because so we are going to find out the shear stress at a level F, at a level F here, that is equal to 25 mm above the neutral axis. Therefore, so we know the B value, that is equal to, what about the B value, 100 mm. What about the D value, that is equal to 150 mm, and F is also given, that is equal to 4500 newtons. So we have to calculate the stress. For that, initially we have to find out the A value. Therefore area capital A is equal to, so what about the dimensions, that is 100 into, what about that, that is equal to 50. So it means simply we considered, so for better understanding, we considered a portion, a hatching portion only. This is 100, this is 50. This is one important point. Then let us consider the y bar. This is the centroid of an area capital A of dimensions 100 by 50. So this is y bar. The second important point is the calculation of y bar. So as we know that y bar is equal to y plus 50 by 2. Very simple, that is equal to 25 plus, what about the depth of the hatching portion, 50, that is equal to 50 by 2. Simply that is equal to 50. It means we know the capital A, we know the y bar, we know the B and F also. The remaining value is I, where I is the moment of inertia of the cross section as shown in figure. Here the cross section of the beam is B is equal to 100, D is equal to 150. The moment of inertia of beam about a neutral axis is BD cube by 12. BD cube by 12. So that is equal to, what about the B? That is equal to 100. What about the D? 150 whole cube by 12. I think that we know all the values which are needed to substitute in this equation. What are those values? First one is the F, second one is the A, third one is the Y bar, and fourth one is the I, as well as the last one is the B. Simply substitute all these values. Finally, we will get the, so the bending stress, the shear stress at a particular position is so 0.5 Newton per mm square. By substituting all these values, simply substitute these values. What about this value? So tau is equal to, so 4000 tau is equal to F into A into Y bar all divided by I into B. So that is equal to, whatever the 4500 into A is equal to, so 1500. So that, and Y bar is the 50 all divided by 100 into 150 whole cube divided by 12 into, what about the B value? That is 100. Finally, the stress induced at a distance y is equal 25 mm from the neutral axis is 0.4 Newton per mm square. So simply what we did, we derived the equation for the shear stress with considering a simply supported beam subjected to uniformly distributed load over entire length, in which we have taken a part of length dx and the moments at the section AB as well as the CD and the shear force as well as the bending stresses. Initially we calculated the unbalanced total force or total unbalanced force, which is equal to shear stress or shear force. Simply that is shear force, that is derived. So just now, then we, whenever we substitute all these values, we know the shear stress in terms of the shear force and moment of inertia about its neutral axis. That is tau is equal to F into A Y bar by I into B. That is the first part. Let us we consider a simple typical problem, say as a simply supported beam subjected to a uniformly distributed load over a span of 4 meters. We calculated the shear stress at a distance 25 mm from the neutral axis. For that, we are using the shear stress tau is equal to F into A Y bar by I into B. So here we have to consider, we calculate only one thing, that is the area. So here, what about the area? Here we have to take the hatching portion as area, because we must consider the shear stress at a level EF, which is equal at a distance 25 mm from the neutral axis. The above portion is the A, which is equal to 100 into 50, and then Y bar is known. How to calculate the Y bar as well as the moment of inertia. Simply we covered 2 points. One is the derivation, second one is the numerical problem solved. For that we using the tau is equal to F into A Y bar by I into B. So in the next class we will take some more problems for calculation of the shear stress at any layer. Thank you.